And I just see all this momentum too. I don't know, like with the ballers too, like all these celebrity investors are jumping on board with the ballers and stuff. Like, I just think it's really cool what's happening in Oakland, but like the Roots are just really jumping it, like, they're just really all in, and they're not BSing or anything. And that's what I think. I think that's what people realize. Like we're, fans are, especially after what happened with the A's, they're not stupid, they know when the team cares and when they don't. And yeah, the Roots are really about it. So. And I
Yeah.
think it's cool that they have like this promotion relegation is going to be starting too. Like I think the USL, like I just think it's cool. Like I don't know, there could be something here, I don't know. Big picture, Yeah.
My favorite part about the promotion relegation, it's like it's funny for American sports owners because they're like, oh God, we have to actually spend money and try. Like it's
Yeah,
that's
they're like, oh
terrible.
shit, wait, I gotta do something now.
MLS is
Yeah.
like, whoa, wait, what? We gotta do what? Like we gotta
Yeah.
field a team. So that's
I'll be honest, man. I don't know if I'm really a fan of promotion or relegation. I mean, I get
Uh,
what they're going for. I get the concepts, but with promotion and relegation, you're not going to have like the '87 Twins. You're not going to have like, the 2012 A's. Like those teams wouldn't exist because, oh yeah, you won in the lower league and now you just get promoted to the upper league. You didn't actually win anything, like so. I don't know, man. Like I'm really torn on promotion and relegation, man. I mean, like theoretically it sounds cool, but I also like the idea of like, it's a new season, everyone's on the same playing field, and even the long shot, even though that doesn't happen often, I mean, sometimes some teams break through even though the odds are against them and they win it all.
but
Um,
yeah.
so yeah. I mean, I'll also be real. Like, I don't follow soccer as closely as other sports. I'm a pretty casual soccer fan.
Right.
Um, so I mean, but I definitely understand that's a huge part of the sport in Europe. So, um, I'm curious to see how it's going to go. But like I said, there's also a part of me that's like, man, sometimes I like the idea of like, oh yeah, the underdog, came through and did that shit. You know what I mean?
And it's not till 2027 also. I'm just reading about it right now. So it's not like happening
Right,
right away,
right.
but still, yeah, it's coming up. But I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. So does that mean they're going to start competing with MLS? Like, that's what I don't get. I
That's
have to do.
that is what I want, and it would prevent teams like the San Jose Quakes from like, BSing everyone around and be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna put together the worst roster. I had the media rights, so I'm gonna make money anyway, and I don't really have to compete. And that's the biggest issue. Like you should be competing and going for it every year. That's what makes European soccer so exciting, is that you can't just BS around. And sometimes you'll see like some of the biggest clubs, like Manchester United or
Almost
Chelsea,
there.
like they will fire four coaches before they get relegated. I promise.
Oh, and confirm it's been a ride. It's been a ride. But yeah, also yeah, like what and kind of to piggyback what you were talking about, Dennis, about when you get sent, relegated, I think it's a good thing because not only do you have to be competitive and feel the best possible team, and it's like a learning experience for not just your coaching staff, but your players and your fans. Like that's a reality of it. But it grows the game to other cities that may not be able to see bigger clubs. Like, could you imagine if if happened in, I don't know, like in MLB for let's say that. Like, can you imagine if like the Yankees somehow got relegated and now they're like the New York Yankees are playing in
That'd
Tulsa,
be the shit.
they're
What, a
playing,
minor league stadium, dude, or what?
yeah.
That'd be embarrassing right now.
Let's do that. Like that'll be I think that would be cool, but like and it's
Yeah, yeah.
to grow the game and that's why I feel like I love watching soccer so much because not just the passion of the fans, and I that probably has a lot to do with it because they don't take that for granted being at the top.
They take it very seriously.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
as terrible as Manchester United has been over the years, they found the thing how to float in between. And it's like, no, we ain't getting to the bottom third. No, we ain't going down there because they know what can happen. It's not guaranteed that you're gonna get back up to the Premier League. It's never guaranteed. Like Leicester City's
Isn't it
not.
pretty hard to get promoted though? Like,
What's that?
isn't it like pretty hard to get promoted? Like it doesn't happen too often, or like
It's like
how
the
does it?
bottom. It's like the bottom three teams of the top league like go down, and the top three teams of the second league go up. So it's like every year, it's just like
Right,
yeah,
it
it's
happens
just
every year, but I guess what I mean is like, isn't it kind of hard? Like, for once a team gets relegated, isn't it kind of hard to like get a foothold and get back to like, you know what I mean?
Um,
Or Or do teams like switch often? You know, because I was always under the impression like once a team gets relegated, like it's kind of a real uphill battle to get back up to promotion.
Well, I always feel like there's random like Premier League teams that I kind of hear about some years, and then they're like Hove Albion Cove or some shit, and they're
Yeah.
there, and then they're
It's like, oh,
not, or
yeah, man,
like.
there's
5
so
years
many
ago.
damn teams and leagues.
I always see it as in like depends on how much money you want to spend. If
Exactly.
you play,
I yeah.
you'll be fine. If you want to just, oh, if we're just gonna keep the players that we have from you ain't gonna make it.
No, that's what I love too, is puts accountability on the owners, and I'm just reading about this now, and I guess, yeah, so that's 2027. So right now they have a Division Two, Division Three, so that's why it's not MLS, but they're gonna launch a Division One to rival MLS. So it's like, I think in order to do that, you have to have bigger stadiums and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, dude, the Roos might be putting themselves, maybe they'll be included in that Division One, just initial group or whatever. And ooh, that'd be cool, man. Like, I don't know if they, because if they're Division One, that means they can technically compete for like Copa Libertadores and everything. That'd be crazy, man. That'd be amazing. Yeah.
I mean,
And
you pressure on the Roots because I can tell you this: if you get relegated, you're probably not gonna be playing the Coliseum. So it'll probably put pressure on them to win and win consistently.
yeah, they would have to be one of those like just those premier teams.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm MLS, I'll be like, oh God, this is not good because I can easily see the
Yeah.
USL overtaking MLS in terms of popularity because the game. I mean, that's the thing that people are saying on the internet. It's like, oh, the games are going to start mattering more. I mean, I'm like, they should always matter in my opinion, but I get it
Yeah.
now.
Right?
It's
I
you
paid
have
you to
to
be here. Yeah, this
feel.
shit matters.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
can't have owners like John Fisher because he would be
exactly.
relegated, dude. Like he would have been relegated a long time ago because this team's god awful, and he would have to start from scratch to get back up, or I think that would be great for the game. So I don't know. Yeah,
Well, even besides relegation, I mean, there'll be more eyes on John Fisher and the fact that he's had this market to himself, to really establish the Earthquakes brand for so long.
yeah, that's another point.
The Earthquakes really ain't shit, like, I mean, as far as like the Bay Area sports landscape, like, there's definitely people who care, but there's a lot of people who just do not give a shit about the Earthquakes or about soccer. It's like
Don't
that's
even know they
partly on
exist.
John Fisher.
Yeah,
That's John
yeah.
Fisher's fault because as an owner of a franchise, whatever sports franchise, that this isn't just soccer or baseball, but whatever franchise you own, I think part of your responsibility is that you're supposed to be a steward of the game. You're supposed to grow the game. You're not just supposed to fucking sit back and count bank. I mean, obviously that's nice to get paid, but part of your responsibility as an owner, as one of the gatekeepers of the sport that you're in, is to help the sport grow and thrive so that we have the next generation of players ready to, dedicate their lives to it. And, you look at what's going on with John Fisher, Quakes suck, as far as performance and also their attendance, every time I see pictures of Quakes games, it looks pretty sparse in there. And that's a reflection of John Fisher and the fact he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Yeah.
Actually, well, so earlier we were talking about how the USL is gonna deal with like promotion and relegation. How did you guys feel about this whole idea?
Yeah, we are very excited about it. I mean, the teams in the league have to vote on it for it to pass, and we were certainly supportive. So we think it's important that like things are merit based. Winning in competition and sporting cultures is about merit. It's about earning your stripes and your abilities. And I think American sport in general, with all of their like territories and rights and franchises, has really ruined the core of what sport actually is, which is competition. So we're at the forefront. I mean, when we started in 2019, we were in a Division III league called NISA, and then we moved up to USL Championship, and then USL Championship didn't have a women's league. They started USLW. Now they have a USL Super League, which is Division One, and so we'll play there in that division next year. And then you have this promotion relegation news, and we're at the forefront of it with breaking a USL record attendance number this Saturday. It's just like, it's so crazy cool to see us at the forefront of all of this. And Oakland, certainly everyone knows that name, and they will in American soccer. moving forward. So it's exciting.
Definitely.
It-
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is there like a seating requirement? Like, because I think isn't it like 18,000 for MLS? Like, is there like certain requirements that you need to be Division One? And like, does being in the Coliseum perhaps help you
Yeah.
guys like heading into 27?
Yeah, I mean, we would be one of the few teams that actually has a venue that would be compliant at the Coliseum. I think Louisville is another venue that has the capacity requirements. I think it's 12.5 or 15 is the minimum to be Division One, and there's other amenities and facility structures that need to be in place for you to be considered Division One. But we, alongside a few others, would qualify, and I think the league would really emphasize current championship teams elevating to have infrastructure to match Division One standards by the time 27 comes around.